Wednesday, June 11th, 3:05 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. Going to discuss the currency pair, the euro versus the United States dollar. A lot of economic events occurring next week. One being the Federal Reserve to vote on interest rates. Also, the G7 summit meeting in Canada, and a bunch of other ones I've been discussing earlier in the prior videos to this. So those will have an impact on the price action of the currency pair. But we also have U.S. Treasuries that are being auctioned off to raise capital to pay down U.S. deficit and to loan money to the United States to spend more money than it earns. That has an impact on the value and confidence of currency, the U.S. dollar index. So we're looking at three grids. This is the euro in the futures market. The symbol is /6E in the CME futures market. You could also trade it in the stock market. That's a different symbol. You could also trade it in the options market. Both option markets, the futures and the stocks. So these three grids can represent the same underlining. The currency, the euro. When it trends up, it's more bullish euro. And when it trends down, it's in favor of the strength of the US dollar. It's a currency pair. The grid on the far right is 1 year monthly. Each candle represents a month. Well, we're currently in the month of June. We're halfway through the year, almost halfway through the month. We broke above last month's candle, which is that yellow candle, which simply means yellow candle on any time frame that I had programmed, simply means it didn't take out the high or low of the prior candle, referring to as an inside candle. Look at the price action now. It's going into this big wick, that big green wick, where there was a lot of sell-off pressure on that month. Now we're testing it right there, midpoint. Still buyers in there because we broke above the high of last week. Just shy of being the high of the year. This yellow horizontal line. So what am I saying here is the momentum's to the upside. There's more buyers than sellers. The price is going up on this time frame. We'll look at multiple time frames here. On the downside, I have other places. I'll be looking for opportunities to buy in the dip. So we'll go to the middle grid. This is the weekly. 6 months. Each candle represents a week. And the current candle is green. We took out the high of last week already. Starting down here, this was a demand zone. Buyers down here in this green area. Big green candle here. Huge impulse move up. Very strong bullish. We did not even get a full retracement. Here's midpoint of that big green candle. Nope, not even a retracement down here. This was the retracement here. And buyers stepped in quickly. And look what happened. The trend, the momentum continued to the upside. Lots more demand here for accumulation. Another huge impulse move up into this key area, that red zone. Inside candle, big wick on that red candle, making the high of the year. We had a retracement into midpoint of this big green impulse move, opportunity to be buying. And the reversal, nice big green candle, impulse body. And look at this now. That red candle, after that big green candle, did a deep retracement. Buyers stepped in there during that retracement, followed by the higher highs, both weeks, last week and this week, green, higher high, higher low. Look at this. Big red candle, big wick. Midpoint. Potential supply zone of sellers. Would you buy up here? Would you short up here? Would you sit on your hands here? Yeah, midpoint in that big wick too. Haven't tested yet. So daily on the far left grid, the daily chart. So this is considered, referred to multiple time frames: left daily, middle weekly, far right monthly, and we'll go lower intraday momentarily. So here on the left daily, look at these groups we have here: consolidations, breakout to the upside, consolidation, breakout to the upside. That's a staircase pattern, higher high. Nice. Spending time in each of these consolidations. Price fluctuates. So notice here, higher, lower trading ranges. Higher, lower trading range. If you look at the high to the bottom, more of a trading range. Same in this one. If you look here, the high and low, not such a big trading range compared to the other ones. So that's concerning. Now, today, we broke above the high of yesterday. This big green candle wick, we broke above that midpoint, broke the high right there, and silos are there. Would you want to be buying up here? Yeah, this candle will close at 5 p.m. New York time in the futures. Huge volume spike here too. Yep. All right, now let's go look at my other grid setting where we see multiple time frames. Cued in. This is a 20-year chart, and each candle is a month. On the top left, there's the high from 2008. Bottom right, there's a low of 2022. Wow, when the euro fell huge. So when you look here in the bottom right, the year 2022, reversed, consolidation, 2023, consolidation, 2024. Then you had that retracement, 2024, into midpoint of that big candle right there. Let me remove that. Yep. And then we had the reversal. So that's a lot of good information there if you realize how this played out. Building energy. One more time to shake out those buyers. Sweet spot right there for the ones that bought there. They're the low of here. Consolidation. Nice. So building energy. Still on the momentum going higher. Looking at the weekly. And here's that green demand zone. Has been accumulation down here. Can you see 2023, 2024? We had this move further down, deeper retracement into this green zone, which was the demand zone, accumulation, consolidation. Big impulse move up on that green candle. Nice, lot of strength. Minor consolidation here. More impulse move up into this red zone. I'm going to zoom out more so you can see that red zone. Let's put it 10 years. There we go. So what it was key levels. On the top left, you see here, the red zone was acting as a supply zone, broke above it, came back, broke below it. And then it became, again, resistance, resistance. Again, a lot of price activity going here. So there's a battle going over here. Certainly is. And one could expect how this trend went up. We'll see if it's going to break this high of the year. If it does, expect it to go higher. It may not necessarily run off the bat when it breaks this high. It may not necessarily continue running up. It might do another minor retracement. So I want to update this. Some key prices, key activity. Oops. Take the high of there. See that high? We finally broke above that. There. I'm going to extend it out. Might even go down to that swing low right there. There we go. Going to change this. Making it what? Making it a green zone for demand zone. Buyers. Labeling it green. There we go. So again, we know here, above here, it was acting as supply zone resistance. Well, we broke above it. We had that pullback in there. So again, buyers bought, they're very smart. Again, if we break above this high this year, I'll likely be removing this red zone. Because again, there's a battle up there. So you can see this green candle, huge impulse move up. Did that retracement like I mentioned. Big wick on the bottom. Midpoint hasn't been tested yet. I'll be watching closely between now and next week for retests on the downside. And those might be the sweet spots for buying. Let's go take it to the daily. Here we are on the daily. 1 year. Going to zoom in. Up here at the high, look how long it's spent here. Consolidation. Small trading ranges. Markdown, consolidation into the midpoint right there. Sweet. Consolidation, breakout, consolidation, breakout. So we got, I told you, we have a consolidation here. The top to bottom trading range is a lot tighter than here. A lot of people were undecided this week in a lot of financial instruments what to do. And did test that swing high up there. Let's take it to intraday on the 4 hour. Hurry on the 4 hour. Move it to 5 days. There we go, 5 days. Each of these candles 4 hours. And this green candle here, that closed at 1 p.m. So that was the one from 9 to 1. And this red candle, look at that, took out that high. Big wick, midpoint, broke above it today, nice. And you're going to see there was a news this morning that had this huge price spike here. And this red candle impulse moved down during the week. Also, it was a supply zone right there, that red area. So it makes sense. We ran up and tested it right there, that red candle. Tested that midpoint down. I mean, the impulse moved down, rejected it. Nice opportunity if we went bearish. And then after that, it wasn't valid anymore. Let me remove it. And this was nice, working fine as the supply zone. Sellers, the opportunity to sit on hands and look for bearish trades intraday. And then again, you're going to see momentarily how this played out. But on the upside target, it's nice. The 1 hour chart, put it for 5 days. Bottom left, that big green candle, impulse move up. Got that blue horizontal line. Look at that. That day, last Friday, came down, tested it. Consolidation, higher. Again, down here, tested it that Tuesday. So again, that impulse move up, that green candle, nice sweet spots. Strategies. It was just like the other one I showed you, but the inverse, where we're showing the red. Yep, the supply zone, the demand zone. Down here, green, demand zone, top supply zone. So look at here. We had here, this red candle, drew out that zone on the 1 hour. There, tested it. Today, broke huge volatility there. Yep. And look at this volatility, this price action, that big green candle. Went up, tested this impulse move down, that red candle. And also that yellow candle is solid, according to a red candle. Well, during the news events, we tested it both sides. I'm going to remove it. It's not valid anymore. And down here, that big impulse move up candle there, midpoint, we tested it. Nice opportunities. So big wick there. A bunch of buyers stepped in there, liked it, bought it. A lot of panic selling there apparently too, but again, nice. Some sweet opportunities on multiple time frames. Now we're on the 15-minute. Give you some insight. These green boxes are the Asian session. The purple one is the London session. And the green the golden section, very small on here, was the New York session. So today, let's zoom in. This was economic news during this big green candle. Look at the spike all the way back below the overnight lows right there and took them out. And then since then went higher, higher, higher. Nice. Let's put it on a 5-minute. So you can see this was all overnight on the far left, Asian, London, and then the New York session right here, the 8:30 news. Huge spike. And did it continue? Nope, it went retraced into this sweet spot. Nice. This was another key area I drew out. So let's put it on the 1 minute. Here we go in the 1 minute. Take it from the 7 a.m. zoom in. Look at that big spike. That was all in 1 minute, that big green candle. Huge volatility. Purple line, vertical line, 9 a.m., 09 a.m. Yellow, vertical line, 0930, the New York Stock Exchange open. The first 15 minutes I have labeled here in that golden area. Let me change that even darker. There we go. Or actually do this. Oops. There we go. Yep. So huge consolidation of spending 15 minutes of this tight consolidation, building energy. Around just shy of, yep, around 950. Broke above it. Nice move up. Opening range breakout. Some people refer to this as the first 15 minutes, labeling high and low. And God, it didn't break out in the first 15 minutes. Nope, it got done the first 15 minutes. And then it went along for another 6 minutes, give or take, till it finally broke out. Doing this fair value gap right here. Nice. See the top of this green candle, bottom of this green candle, and they never overlapped, made that fair value gap. Look at these retests right here in the 1 minute. Green candle, red candle, nice bullish opportunities. You had the 10 o'clock hour right there, the blue vertical line. Took off like a rocket ship. Nice. Nice. Came back, tested again. The 10:30 hour right here, slowing down. And then took off. Yep. And then the 11 o'clock, the finishing right there. Opportunities, swing trading, day trading, investing. Hey, I choose this financial instrument. You go ahead and consider those other financial instruments. This one works out well for me. This is one of the several ones I talk about often. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.